What is up, everybody? It is Wick here. I am inside of Goodwill currently, thrifting, looking for things to flip online, make some money, buy it low, sell it high on eBay kind of deal. And over here I see these notebooks from the 90s, and I kind of remember these from my childhood. I was always into folders, trapper keepers, stuff like this. Always wanted the crazy designs like the alligator with the baseball in its mouth. 99 cents a piece. They're new, never used. I think I could get some decent money for those. It's hard to say because there's no comps on eBay anywhere to check to see if what they've sold for in the past. But some notebooks sell for really good money. So I'm going to try like 50 bucks on them. I don't know if they'll sell for that, but it is possible based on some similar stuff I was seeing. Over here I see a brand new Adidas hat in the Christmas aisle. $3.99. You know what? New with tags. I think I'll buy it. Should be to make some money. And I actually, when I go over to the area of the hats, there's another one that I pick up. So two of them for $3.99. Not big money for that certain hat, but I should be able to make some decent money nonetheless. Not seeing much else here in the Christmas stuff. Little train set, but it's just a cheap set. Nothing special. Still pretty good find on the notebooks. Okay find on the hat. Here's a Christmas kind of village. It looked like Winnie the Pooh at first, and I know some of the Winnie the Pooh, like Department 56 type stuff, does really well. Unfortunately, that's just a cheap one. I think it was Easter even. Checking out some of the toys. We got dolls, cars, figures, all kinds of things. Love looking through the toys because there can be some really high dollar hidden gems. As always, up here I see this Matchbox car set. Some of them are okay if they have some cars. Generally not, though. I just ended up passing on that. It was just a case. And we got some toys in a bag there. I didn't see anything. As always, let me know if you see something. People, when you put these videos in front of thousands of people, see things that I would never see. So here's something. This is Alvin and the Chipmunks vintage plush for $5.99. All three of them in there. I do pick that up. It's already sold. It sold fairly quickly. So happy to have picked that up. And board games, checking to see if there's anything sealed as always. You know, I do so many of these thrifting videos, and if everyone's watching the thrifting videos, which I hope you are, thank you for watching. But you hear me say the same things over and over. It's just because thrifting is very repetitive. I go into these stores a lot of times. I'm seeing the same items day after day, week after week. You're just hoping to see something new. And if your Goodwill doesn't put out a lot of stuff, it can be very frustrating for sure. If you live in a big city, they might put more stuff out, but there might be more people shopping. I get the comments all the time how my videos, there's no one in the store. There are people in the store. I always try to record when there's not people around, keep them out of the videos. Here's this My Hero Academia. Some figures and stuff in there is $15. I think that's like a loot crate thing. I did some research. It just didn't look promising, especially being open like that. And the boxes kind of banged up inside. So just left that. I've talked about anime figures before. Sometimes those can sell for hundreds of dollars depending on the figure. Candles. We've talked about candles before as well. Some decent candles out there that can sell for good money. Especially like Yankee candles and stuff that's discontinued. Certain scents can do well. Figures, you know, there could be a Yadro figure up there, something like that sells for a couple $100s. Let me know if you see anything. I did not. Inside of another Goodwill, checking out the toys again and trying to find that deal, and I see something right away. This is an Elefun game for $2.99, and somebody mentioned that in the comments. I had it in a video recently, a board game video, which I'll have a link to that in the description if you want to check it out. Lots of great board game bolos, but yeah, pretty good game. And after learning about it, I find one immediately. Pretty nice. Here's a sealed like puzzle set. Something to do with the United States or maps or something. I ended up putting that back. It just wasn't selling well or for enough. Here is a little, I don't know what this is. I'm pretty sure I Google lensed it if I remember correctly. Also got a Axis and Allies game up here. Now this one, I keep finding this set, and they want $10 for that one. I have like multiple copies, I believe, because I buy stuff like that for my board game collection, and I don't keep track of which ones I have. So I wasn't going to pay $10 for another one. The original Axis and Allies from like the 80s will sell for like $100, and there's some rare sets that will sell for over $100 I've sold before. That one, unfortunately, is one of the remakes basic sets, so I do leave that there. And some sort of mat I saw. Got these super monsters. I didn't look them up. I see they have old like Ollie stickers. Here's a fingerling, Grimlings. Remember when fingerlings were so big and they couldn't keep them on the shelves and resellers were buying them up and flipping them for 10 times the value? Well, they're pretty much worthless now. So that was not worth picking up, unfortunately. Put that back. But, if you are enjoying these videos, make sure to hit that like button for me. It helps the video out. I do appreciate you watching. Hit the subscribe button. Do all that jazz. Over here, I see this massager. And I saw this the other day, and I just put it back up there because it has damage. But that's a $100 massager with all the attachments. It looks like the one attachment that was with it, a dog had chewed up. Now here's something that's kind of frustrating. I saw this Pro Pots. I've seen the football one lots of times before. And I don't know what it was priced. It was probably priced too high, but I meant to look up the basketball one, but just forgot. It's probably not worth picking up just based on it was priced high, but I went over to the shoes, and I found some decent shoes in this Goodwill, and that's pretty rare. However, I think I said that last video, so maybe the shoes are starting to get better at this Goodwill. Got some Canon ink here for $3.99. It's not a great sealed Canon ink, so ended up putting that back. I've sold Canon ink before, for $35, $40. Certain ones sell well sealed. But yeah, those boots were Irish Setter. And I know those sold quickly. Actually, both of those pairs, the shoes also, the Brooks sold quickly. So really cool to find stuff like that, not priced up. Because usually shoes are priced up. Now, we're back in this Goodwill. This is over like 2 or 3 days of thrifting, by the way. And I see these cards immediately. Vintage, Lord of the Rings, collectible card game. And I buy it for $5.99. There's some decent stuff in there. There's also some other card games. Too bad they're not Magic cards, but still happy to find those. And we're checking the same Goodwill, the next day. You just never know what you're going to see. This Barney finger paint paper, I didn't look it up. I really doubt it was worth anything. It's probably bad anyway. Here's a sealed Coca-Cola model for $10. Selling for like $15 on eBay. Not worth picking up. Here's a sealed Lego set, $3.99. Not big money, but hey, sealed Legos for $3.99. I pick up little boxes like that all the time at thrift stores. Worst case scenario, if I don't want to sell them for $15, just hold on to them, right? Get 10 boxes of those, put them all together and sell them. People will pay up for them. So they're worth buying nonetheless, because Lego is just so easy to move. It's just not really worth selling a box like that for $15, because after shipping and $4 you paid, you're just not making much. But when you bind them all together, it can be a different story. Here's a sealed game. I picked this up. It's not worth a whole lot of money. It is going to be sold on Amazon, though. Since I do Amazon FBA, I can ship that to Amazon and sell it pretty cheap and still make like $7 or $8 on it. So with that in mind, I buy it. And I have some Nightmare Before Christmas figures in there that I picked up also before I turned on the camera. And I didn't look them up. I forgot. I just put all that stuff on top of it and went to pay for my stuff that I found this day. And just ended up buying them. They're not worth a whole lot of money. I do think I'll make some money. Now here's a great find. Had the Canon ink the previous day, but look at this. Some HP ink was found in this aisle now. And this is good ink. If I had all 4 colors, it'd be like $300. But I've already sold one of those colors for $70. The other one has it sold. I'll probably have to lower the price because I think it sells for like $60 usually. So still some great profit for $4. Here's a game, a Harry Potter game. I've never seen this before out in the wild. I look it up. It seems to be rare. No one currently selling it on Amazon, so I can name my own price. Look like on eBay, the ones that were listed were pretty good. So worth picking up. Other than that, I don't see much items that are new here. Oh, I do. This is odd. This is a speak and spell. I think it was the last video I had one of these. Came from the same Goodwill, same price. So I bought the other one. I might as well buy this one, right? They're not huge money unless they have the raised buttons. They'll sell for like 60 with the raised buttons. Those are like $20 items, but they do sell fairly frequently if they work. And as long as the batteries aren't exploded in them, they typically work for me. So here's appliances, small appliances, sewing machine, just basic stuff. What's in the box here? I don't know. I didn't tip it for the camera. I don't remember. Nothing that got my attention though. Still got some Christmas trees, it looks like, down here. Here's some TVs, which, I don't know, I think they were priced like $25. Here's some sealed media, which I used to buy so much sealed media and sell it on Amazon. I just don't find it very much. These are the 90-minute cassettes, the audio cassettes. The 120-minute cassettes is where the money is, and even then it's not that much money. So I just left those at $2 a piece. Here's a GPS. Sometimes certain models will still sell. I guess people who drive trucks, semis, stuff like that still use GPSs. And I'm sure some other people. So certain ones will sell. That one was just not worth selling. Over here, we're just looking for something. Don't find a lot of good stuff on the shelves like this. But you never know, there could be a knife block or something. Picture frames or a painting. I'm not good at spotting paintings, but if I see something unique, I will do some research on it. Mostly, you don't find anything old or too unique. Clothing has been a wasteland at Goodwill. Ever since Salvation Army closed, I don't find a lot of good clothing, vintage stuff, but I'm looking here, and I finally find something so I can use the footage from the clothing that I record. This is a Sir William sweatshirt, and it's new with tags. It's kind of got that, Cosby look to it. If it's still okay to call it a Cosby sweater. And Biggie Smalls, Coogee, some of them look like. But Sir William, not a phenomenal brand, but new with tags, I think it's worth picking up and selling just for that style. What else we got? Some sort of leather jacket here. Looking at the tag, I'm not seeing anything. I want to pick up. Luckily, Goodwill doesn't really price up their leather jackets at this particular one. Other Goodwills are priced on $40. Still, most of them aren't worth picking up. But I found some really cool things today. Let me show you. Here it is. Here's some of my thrifting finds. Let's go over them. Some cool stuff here. I guess we could start with this Sir William sweatshirt, or sweater, really. It's got that look to it. That would be a Cosby sweater, even though I guess you can't really use Cosby sweater anymore in the description. It's probably not a good idea. Biggie Smalls, something like that you could use, I guess. This particular brand isn't super great, the Sir William, but it is new with tags, and I saw some pre-owned selling in the 30s. Also, this design isn't as cool, as crazy as some of the designs. But with it being new, I think it's good enough to sell for around $40, so I should make about $30 profit on that. It was $5. Ended up finding some decent shoe deals and boots. I got these Ortho Feet shoes just because they're in really good condition. They're extra wide, which the extra wide Ortho shoes typically do better. I'll probably price these about $30 plus shipping, see if I can get a sale. Sometimes those take a while to sell, but won't have much money into them. Got these Brooks shoes, which are in really good condition, except for, some dirt around the toes. I don't know how much effort I'm going to take to get that dirt out. It can be pretty difficult. Since they're in such good condition everywhere else, I still think I'll be able to sell those between $30 and $40, no problem. It might even be one of those $50 pairs because this is a newer style even. So here's a crazy find. I guess the boot season is still going on even in 2025. Last year I just talked about how many boots I was finding at rummage sales, garage sales, thrift stores. I just couldn't believe the prices on some of these things I was getting. Here's another one, another pair of Irish setter boots. These were at Goodwill and they weren't marked up. It just blows my mind that these were not marked up, because this Goodwill will price any shoe that's like Skechers, Nike, $20 to $30. And you never see boots that aren't priced like $30. So I have no idea. This is a great pair of boots. The style and everything, Irish setter. New, these are well over $100, and I think pre-owned in this good condition. I should be able to sell them for at minimum 75, 80 bucks. Like the only issue with them is they got some light dirt on them. It's madness. And keep in mind, I want to say this, when I find boots like this, everyone's always like, your Goodwill's so amazing. And yes, I might have some good Goodwills, but I'm telling you, I have to look at 20 pairs of boots a lot of times before I even find one that's, worth buying because they're priced higher. You just don't see that kind of stuff in the videos as much. I do a lot of thrifting every day, so I have probably a higher chance than a lot of you out there to see stuff like this. Also, keep in mind, Goodwills, they're different. Every single Goodwill is different. Every region has different Goodwills. They're managed by different people. So no Goodwill is going to be exactly the same. And that's what picking's all about, is just picking the things that slip through the cracks and are missed. Kind of like these Doc Martens sandals. Just happened to notice these on the shelf and they look like Doc Martens, right? And I'm like, yep, they are. The sandals are pretty good. They'll sell anywhere between $25 and $40. These are in pretty good condition, though they do have some wear on the bottom. And when I buy these at Goodwill, I don't know if I'm paying the shoe price, which is $5, or the flip-flop sandal price, which is, I guess it's like flip-flop slipper price, which is $1.99. Usually they charge $5 for them. In this case, they only charge $1.99. So even better, I'll probably price those like $20, $25 just to move them quickly. But adding up the shoes, it's going to be some good profit. This is a pretty cool find. This is Elefun and Chipmunks, vintage from the 80s, plush. Paid $5.99 for these. They look like they're in good condition. I haven't opened the bag yet. You got the glasses on this one, which are plastic and I'm sure are easily broken and lost. This one is made by CBS. And if you look at the comps for all three in good condition, somewhere between $30 and $40, I should be able to sell those for. There's another tag style, not made by CBS, I guess. I noticed we're selling for over $100. That's not these, but still pretty cool. Should be some good profit selling them. So I got some hats today. I got these Adidas hats, brand new with tags, TJ Maxx tag on them. So I guess TJ Maxx just donated them to Goodwill because they didn't sell. MSRP $26. I'm just going to put them on eBay and I should make hopefully $10 a piece on them in the end. Even if I'm only make like $8 a piece, it's still going to be worth the time listing. They're easy to list. Plus I got two of them, so I can just make the quantity two. Here's another Speak and Spell. I think I had one of these in the last video at the same Goodwill for the same price. So this is indeed a different one though. I mentioned in the last video that the ones with the raised buttons, which I believe are from the 70s, do sell better. They can sell between $50, $60 in good working condition. This particular model will still sell. People buy them, have a decent sell-through rate, but you're only selling them for about $20 plus shipping. I even saw a battery cover for one of these sell for $12. So at $5, there's money in it, even if it doesn't work. I mean, not much money. I'd probably just sell the battery cover and get my money back, but still kind of strange to find two of them at the same Goodwill. Maybe like a school or something donated them. Sometimes that kind of thing happens. Here is another cool find. These vintage folders from 91 and 92. Anyone remember these? I certainly do as a kid, because for whatever reason, I was obsessed with the Trapper Keepers and the folders and all that stuff. And it's very 90s. You see the rollerblades, street hockey, the alligators. It's got that art style in your face. Probably annoying to most people, but it is nostalgic for me. These haven't been used either. Couldn't find these exact ones, but I do think I'm selling these for $50 minimum. I'll sit on them for a while. Some of these Mead folders from the 80s, the unicorn ones, 3 or 4 of them can sell for $50. I think I even saw some selling for $75. So some of these notebooks that are just plain, people still pay for. I checked a 3-year history. I couldn't find any that looked exactly like this. So I'm going to price them $50 plus shipping and we'll go from there. Just picked up these Legos because they're $3.99. They're brand new sealed. I couldn't leave them there at that price. They're not worth much, $15. I think they're selling for like on Amazon. I have a tote with sealed Legos and sealed action figures and stuff like that I hold on to, because sometimes this stuff does jump in price, so I'll probably just put it with that for now. I got these Nightmare Before Christmas figures, which I'm not sure where they come from. At least this set right here, which I paid $3.99 for. These I'm thinking were at like Dollar Tree or something, but the bag here was $2.99. And I had them in my cart. I was going to do some research. It's one of those things, I just put stuff on top of it, then I went to pay for stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah, I never researched these. So I just ended up buying them. There's $10 or $15 profit there, lotting them together. I think this one here was selling for about $15 shipped. Might have left him behind after I researched him, if I would have remembered. Here's something I very much intended to buy, these brand new sealed HP LaserJet toner cartridges. Of course, I've had these in videos over the years. I think the best one I ever sold was for about $400. These two, pretty good. Only $3.99, $70 a piece is what I should be able to sell those for. If I had the black and the blue one, I could probably sell all four for around $400. I just never find all four, it's usually just one or two. A few months ago, I found 3 at Goodwill and I sold them for about $70 a piece. And these things, if you price them right, they sell almost instantly. And back here is another hat that I picked up. This is a country gentleman hat. Paid $5 for it. It's all wool. I'm not too familiar with the brand. I didn't think it was going to be anything special, but you know, I looked it up, the Wilton name on it, looking for the style, and there was some decent comps, anywhere from 25 to I think I even saw one sell for $70. Don't know how accurate that is, but it's something I'm going to price probably $30. Give it a shot. I've never sold any country gentlemen's. There's actually another country gentleman hat there. I looked up that style and it just wasn't selling. So probably something I just have to be a bit picky on. Not every country gentleman hat is going to be worth picking up. So back here is an Elefun game. If anyone caught a recent video where I talked about board games and gave a bunch of awesome board games you can look for, this was in there, and I mentioned that somebody left the information in the comments about this game, that I walked past it and it was worth selling. This is something I've looked up before, maybe like 10 plus years ago when I first started reselling, and it wasn't worth selling then. It's went up in value, so it's always good to get refreshers. But complete and working, this thing will sell between $40 and $60. I only paid $2.99 for it, even if it's not all there, which it looks like it is. It's missing the top of the box, but when I was glancing in there, it looked like I had a bunch of the butterflies and the manual and stuff. So worst case scenario, it'll be a parts box, but should be able to make some good profit on that as well. Lots of money in board games like that. So if you didn't check out that video, check it out. I'll put a link in the description for it. While we're on the subject of board games, I got some decent ones here. This is this Triolet or Triolet. Looks like some sort of Scrabble type game. It's brand new, sealed. What did I pay for this one? $4.99. I believe I was making about $20 profit on that, selling it on Amazon. And there's also this Harry Potter game, Diagon Alley. This one is actually kind of rare. I looked it up, and on Amazon, there's currently no one selling it. Had a good rank with good reviews. So that information was enough to be like, oh, when I look this up on eBay, it's going to be pretty good. And I did, and the only ones on eBay were like new for around $60. The comps were all like new ones, so I don't know, no real comps for pre-owned that I saw, but with it being popular on Amazon, I'm probably going to price it $60 or $70 and try to sell it on there. First, at $4.99, it should be some good profit either way. And then for $5, I just picked up this Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus game. Is sealed. Wasn't super great on Amazon, but I do think there's, around $8 or $10 profit. Because I do FBA, I can send this in with a bunch of other items. It makes it worth the time because I just slap a label on it, scan it in, do all that. There's no real listing or shipping with that. But if I'm to add up these board games and the Elefun game, I think it's going to be some good profit in those. This was a pretty exciting find, I guess. I love to find collectible cards. I wish they were Magic cards, and they were only $5.99, so I didn't feel guilty about buying them. Sometimes you see cards like this, and they're like $20, and you're like, there could be one card in there worth $20. It makes it worth it, but you just really don't want to spend that much, right? So what these are mostly Lord of the Rings. I didn't realize there's some other cards in there. These are vintage. They're from like the early 2000s. Some of these cards are from the 90s even. There's some decent Lord of the Rings cards for the trading card game. It can actually be worth $60, $70. I kind of went through them real quick. I didn't see anything that I recognize right off. I think there's like an $8 card and a $10 card I noticed. There's also these Warlord cards, quite a few of those. And just lotting those together and selling them because they're a bit more rare. I think sell those for $30. There's a Battletech card deck or something in there I think would also sell for about $30. Got these Magi Nation cards, which are kind of like a Yu-Gi-Oh copy. There's some foils in there, which I think are selling for not much, like maybe $5 to $8, but I would just lot that stuff together. There's even a couple Pokemon cards in there, but they're just two random common cards. And there's a Dragon Ball Z like one card of that. So I'm guessing there might have been more cards donated, or they just got separated or something. Of course, we've talked about the Magic cards. If you find the original set from the 90s, I mean, you could make literally $100,000 on those cards. It's crazy. Like a mint condition Black Lotus Alpha card could probably sell for $100,000 on its own. Definitely one of my dream scenarios to find out in the wild. However, this set, at minimum, I'm making $50 on it, so worth picking up for sure. But there it is, everybody. That's my haul for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to hit that like button for me on the way out. Just takes a second, helps the video out. Hit the subscribe button also. That way YouTube will be showing you the videos. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, flipping_junk. And this has been Wick. Till next time.